Hello, how are you today?
Hey, not too bad. Thanks, actually, not too bad. I'm Davie McElhinney from County Fermanagh. I was diagnosed with dementia April 3 years ago, and I became a member of Dementia NI. It really helped get me over and live with dementia, and I've become a board member as well, which is a big thing. I help steer the charity forward, and I'm really proud to be a member of the board. So I am.
Great. So obviously, the last few months have been very different for everybody. There's been a lot of changes have gone on in everybody's life due to the COVID-19 pandemic. How has life changed for you during the lockdown?
It's really changed just with contact with people, and doing the things that I really taken for granted, And overnight, really, everything was different. I felt quite isolated at home, and just missing the contact with people, just contact with on a daily basis with other people. I find that quite hard. So I have.
So obviously for everybody, this time is very difficult. But for you, you have the added pressure of being diagnosed with dementia. So how has it been coping with your diagnosis of dementia and the lockdown and COVID-19? How has that been?
I've just
for you?
tried to keep very positive and tried to keep as active as I can on a daily basis. Some days it's harder than others. Some days I don't feel like doing anything, but that's the day I try and push myself to do at least one thing in the day. I've felt maybe that the dementia's got slightly worse, just with everything that's going on, and days run into one another, and I have to be very careful just of looking after myself.
Yeah. So you were talking there about a few of your coping strategies. So tell us about a typical day these days. What are you doing with yourself? How are you keeping yourself active, and how are you keeping yourself busy and keeping your mind ticking over and keeping your mind and your brain active and busy?
My day would start at roughly about 7:30, get up, shower and breakfast, and just really decide what I'm going to do in the day. I keep sheep, so they have to be fed and checked. That's really the first job in the morning. That can take an hour or so to get around them, and that must be done. So that keeps me, no matter how I'm feeling, I must do that. And then just whatever jobs need doing after that. I've been working on firewood at the minute, and that's kept me going. Really cutting sticks for the winter and splitting them and that, so that keeps me quite busy. I enjoy that too, so it's easy done, and just a bit of fencing or really whatever needs doing. I have a small greenhouse as well, and have lettuce and tomatoes and courgettes, and I enjoy that end of things, gardening as well.
Sunflowers, of course. Tell everybody about your sunflowers.
Oh yeah, Dementia NI send us like an activity pack, and the sunflower seeds in it. So there's a competition for the tallest sunflower. So.
And how are yours getting on?
They're grand at the minute. They're about a couple of inches. There's about 6 of them have come. So hopefully there's a winner there in the middle of that.
Can you share any growing tips?
No, I can't. No, it's top secret. I don't want to give any secrets away.
This might sound like a bit of a strange question, but has there been anything positive come out of your experience from COVID-19?
I think really closer to the family, you realise just what's important. Really family contact with the family again, and getting back to, close family. Just people get on with their own lives and things get a bit lost, but I find that really quality time with the family again, and really sorting out what's important and what's not for when things do open up again. I know what's important now and what's not, and just not get involved in the rat race anymore. And,
I think there's a lot of people would be experiencing the same type of feelings as you with that at the moment, most definitely.
What
it's given a lot of people time to sort of take stock, isn't it?
That's it. And what I can do without in a day, you know, it's unbelievable. The trivial stuff that I don't really need, you know.
Yeah.
It's slowed me down a bit and maybe just more time to myself and quality time, you know, really. And there's no rush or pressure. I find that quite nice, you know.
So tell us a bit about what you've been doing alongside Dementia NI over the past few months. There's obviously been a few different activities that Dementia NI have been trying to help you out with to keep you active at home.
Yeah, it's been great. I was always a bit shy of the computer, never really used it properly, but my daughter being home got me sorted, and Dementia NI has been good. They've set up Zoom meetings for us, and there's a lot of activities over the Zoom. We do yoga and mindfulness and the group meetings as well. Every Wednesday, we meet together with some of the members of our own Skill and Anoma group, which is good. At least you can see people face to face. You still feel you have that bit of contact, you know. And there's a magician coming on Friday night, which we're all looking forward to. And there's been a lady singing for us on a couple of country and music evenings. And we've also, Dementia NI set up a Facebook page in the same boat, and that's very good. We can keep in touch with one another that way as well. It's really opened up the computer for me. I use it. I really get onto YouTube and just a bit more confident in using the computer, which in lockdown's been great. The Zoom has really been great, so it has.
And tell us a bit about how being able to still keep in contact with other people with dementia affects you.
Yeah, well, it helps too. You know, people are still discussing their problems and how they deal with things themselves, and keep in contact with one another by telephone as well. You know, and you can have a good chat on the phone. It has made things easier, the computer, but obviously it's still, you can't beat the really face-to-face personal contact, you know, but the Zoom helps. It definitely does. It helps.
What advice would you give to other people with dementia who wouldn't necessarily be involved with Dementia NI at this time, but are watching this video now and would maybe think this might be something that I might be interested in getting involved in?
I know I would tell people to try and embrace the computer, and if you have family or friends, you know, that could set Zoom up for you or set the Facebook up for you, it's a new aspect of keeping in touch. And once you get used to using Zoom, it's very, very easy, really. And it's very easy. I tell them to try and embrace the technology. It'll open up another world for them, you know. It really will.
And have you any other advice for people with dementia at this stage in terms of just how to get by at this time?
Everybody's different, but for me, just try and keep busy and do one thing well a day, you know, and that I'm satisfied. And on your worst day, just try and do something, or just try and keep active some way, even just doing puzzles, or just do something, or try and go out in the garden, or just go outside and get some fresh air, and even stand still and close your eyes and just listen for a few minutes, and you hear everything, birds and everything going on. It just comes a lot closer to you, you know. I'd say everybody's different, but that works for me. But just try and go on, and don't let it get to you, you know. I've had a few dark days as well, but you look forward to the brighter days, you know. So, you know, I think a bit of a routine as far as possible. At the start, I'd lost the routine, and I became a bit lazy, you know. I was my dressing down maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, and it was starting to get out of control a wee bit. So I got back into a routine of sorts, and that has helped me as well, you know. Try and keep a routine.
Great, thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to add just before we finish?
Just really, I'm a bit scared feel a bit scared to go out again to try and, you know, get things back to whatever normal is going to be. But I just have to decide myself what's the best way to go forward, you know. There's going to be big changes. I have felt trapped at home, you know, really. In a way, I'm looking forward to getting out, and other ways I'm very wary of it, you know. Just yesterday, I've actually gone into a neighbour's. I look out for an elderly lady, and yesterday she just asked me in for a cup of tea as normal, and we sat just either side of the table. So that's something. That's a small step for her and I, you know, to get back to the way of going. We do the crossword, the newsletter puzzle page, so we have been doing it over the phone, but it's a lot nicer now. And she enjoyed it now. She really did enjoy it yesterday, you know. So
Great. That
getting
sounds
back to
fantastic.
some
I
normality.
suppose
You know?
it just comes down to keeping to follow the government and the health advice that we've been given.
I know, really go by what they say, you know, as far as possible, you know, and just be sensible. Everybody has to be sensible, and I think, well, if your family's healthy and other people you're meeting, if their families are healthy, I don't think there's the same really concerns, but still be careful all the same, you know.
Davie, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure
Not at all.
today.
Not at all. Actually, it's good to be involved. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.